Hey, welcome to Ranting with Ricardo. We are here for another recap review of Sistas because this is my channel. I can do what I want over here. Okay, now this is a recap review of season 8, episode 1. Okay, the season premiere of this new season. High drama, high energy. It's giving very much messy. It's giving very much whodunit. Okay, check out that thumbnail I got for y'all. Don't y'all like it? I think it's cute. Put a lot of work into it. Anyway. Before we get into all of that, don't forget to hit the subscription button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified about all the great things that are going on over here. Also, don't forget to hit those links in the description box down below. How to follow me on different platforms, but also voting.gov and voting.org so you can be kept up to date about everything that's going on in your city, your town, your state, your county, your parish. I'm talking about the elections, who's on your ballots, what's the policies they're running off of, what days you're supposed to be going out to vote. If you're registered to vote, make sure you're voting in the little elections and the big elections because it's a trickle up system. And honestly, if it wasn't important for you to vote, they wouldn't be trying to stop you from voting. Okay, know that. But with that being said, let's get into this recap of Sisters. Now, this is messy. Okay, what you mean it's messy? First of all, before we get into the mess, get into the girls. Don't they look good in this promo? I think they look amazing. They do. But this is mess. So, the season premiere opens with us flashing back to Andy finding Gary's body and doing that fake scream. Ah! Ah! Because, girl, I'm happy, but oh my God. Ah! Anyway, she down there meeting with Mr. FBI agent, Mr. Agent Watts, who was allegedly supposed to be helping her and Penelope the first time around. And she's being interrogated for him, like interrogated by him for, murder. And it's just like, oh, now, Agent Watts is, digging and digging and digging. Like, what made you go back to him after you wanted to testify against him and do all this stuff? What made you go back to Gary? What made you want to marry this man? What is it? What is it? What is it? He's trying to hammer that home, and she not willing to tell the truth right now. And it's just like, come on now, girl, just tell him. He threatened me. He threatened me. You don't even have to say he threatened Jordan. He threatened me. Okay, and you believed him because he almost hugged you to death. But she not ready to tell the truth. She's not ready to admit that Gary blackmailed her by getting incriminating evidence against Jordan and forcing him to, forcing her to do stuff for Gary, i.e., marry him because he had that stuff on Jordan, which really this is Jordan's fault because Andy told Jordan to stay away from Gary. She told him to stay away from Gary, but he didn't listen. She told him don't take no money from him, don't talk to him, don't befriend him, don't do nothing, and he didn't listen. So then we get to Gary's henchman, or as I like to call him, lover, the way he was talking about Andy up in here. So Gary's henchman, Hudson, his turn in the hot seat, and he meet with one of Atlanta's detectives, and he's like, "Oh, Andy's a greedy bitch. She's a gold digger. She's this. She's that. She has a motive for killing Gary. She did all of this. He only got in trouble when he got with her because he was trying to, please her and buy her all this stuff and do this and do that." He throws shade at Karen, basically saying, "You don't know she got two baby daddies? Why is that any of your business? Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you about the two baby daddies?" Karen is all like everybody's being interrogated because it's a who done it. But Hudson is giving me very much, you know, way too much about everybody's lives. And let's be honest, Gary was being investigated. Like the cop said, don't do that. Don't try it. He was being investigated a long time, way before him and Andy ever got together. Don't do that. They've been building this case slowly. This ain't just no fly by night case. They've been building this. So we start to see everybody in a hot seat. We see everybody in the hot seat one by one. They coming in one by one. They're talking to them. So Karen gets put in the hot seat, and they asking her about, her salon and how the first salon burned down, but now she got a second salon, and how she has two businesses because she just bought into Roots to Riches by way of Pam running up that credit card, and how her first how Miss Marie is an investor, but Miss Marie also invested in some of Gary's businesses and lost some money over there, and how she's connected to Andy, and how Karen got two baby daddies, and how Zach moved on with, the paralegal. And the agent Watts is just saying all this nasty and rude stuff. And Karen was like, "Can I go? I got appointments. I got people's hair to do." I was like, "Girl, I would have feigned like, oh my God, y'all are hurting my baby," and got the fuck up out of there because they were being very rude and disrespectful. Then Sabrina is getting investigated, and they talk about her jail time and how, she went to prison or she did a little jail time, and how she magically was able to become the bank manager after all this. And she started like, no, don't do that. Okay, don't like being here, don't want to be here. And I was innocent. Okay, you get your job back down to the bank you was working at when you're innocent. Okay, that's how this works. Don't play with me. And it's just like, Sabrina, at some point you got to put your coochie on the table and let these people know you not want to play with you or your little pantsuit. Now they get to Danny. Danny was like, please. First of all, I'm gonna vape in here no matter what. I don't know who you think you're talking to, Agent Watts. I don't care. Who are you speaking to? I'm a vape in here if I want to vape in here. And know this, I did not care for Gary. I did not like him. He is evil. He is this. He is that. And no, I did not go there to be supportive. I went there to fuck shit up. Sure did. Sure did. That's why I was there down to the wedding. I was there to fuck some shit up. And don't ever let nobody ever tell you any differently. Okay? Let that be known here. And let's be clear on something. I was gonna burn that bitch to the ground, and that's what I told Andy. But while I was on my way to get some gasoline from the gas station, somebody had already put a knife in his chest. So, there's that. And she continued to vape. Danny was like truthful, because she said, who told you I was there to be peaceful? Don't believe not the goddamn word they said. And I was like, almost felt like Danny was about to get herself caught up. But she was like, no, no, no. I was going to commit arson, not murder. Arson, not murder. Okay, get it right. Danny was so unbothered. Danny was so cool. Danny wasn't letting them hoes see her sweat. She had her vape, she had her hair done, she had her cute little dress on, and she was like, what you want to know? Because I don't have all day. I got a 9 to 5. What are my office hours? 9 to 5. Okay? And we get to, whew, child, Zach was a real one. Zach, 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 I want to come across that table for you, Zach. So it's time for Zach to be interrogated. And the investigator, aka the detective, threatens Zach by saying, I wonder what Heather would think to know that Heather's lawyer and Heather would think about you and Fatima being questioned or suspects in a murder, and how they'll have his mute son Michael taken away from him. And it's just like, oh. Zach is like, keep Fatima's name out your mouth and keep my son's name out your mouth. Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't do it. You're not about to trip me up, lawyer. I want a lawyer. I don't give a damn about what y'all talking about with this money. Give me my lawyer. I want my lawyer and I want it now. Okay, they was like this detective and this FBI agent. Oh, they've lost their minds. Like, y'all are saying some of the most nasty, egregious, downright disrespectful things to these people, and you expect them to be willingly open to give y'all information like Danny was, because Danny not about to lie for nobody. But don't nobody care about Gary that much, like in the sister circle or adjacent to the sister circle, to put a knife in his heart. It's really given like somebody else did it, not the people y'all have in the interrogation room. And it's just like, why didn't y'all reach out to other people? These are things we need to know. But okay. So Agent Watts gets talking to Fatima. He trying to shame her for being the stereotypical long-suffering black woman, ending up with a black man who, has baby mamas and has all these criminal charges, and you're standing up for him. So you're the long-suffering black woman who's standing up for another trifling black man. And he suggests that she's super duper loyal to Andy to be her paralegal, and that she would do anything for Andy. And her, and Zach, who was cheated out of his money by Gary. And it's just like, let's be clear on something. You must not know Fatima like we know Fatima. Fatima is loyal, but she's not that damn loyal to kill somebody for Andy. It's not gonna happen. She will outsource the job. I'm not going to do it myself. I might outsource it. Okay, I'm gonna outsource it, but I'm not gonna do it myself. And the fact that y'all are throwing out these stereotypes, y'all want somebody to come across the table on Mr. Watts, Agent Watts. I don't give a damn about this man. He on my goddamn nerves. Because we're gonna get to why he on my nerves. He was on my nerves, but he on my nerves now. And Fatima was like, you got an active imagination. Wrap it up. So then we get to Jordan, because Jordan is getting questioned too. And Jordan is flustered. He wants to know where his sister is. Have y'all found my sister? And the detective is trying to build a motive, but Jordan ain't taking the bait. Oh, when the detective calls Andy a bitch, oh, don't call her that. Now, which one of them called Andy a fickle tramp? One of them called Andy a fickle tramp. And I was like, ooh, this is a good insult. Okay. I'm gonna keep this in my back pocket. But disrespectful is what they're doing and being. Like, why is she gotta be a fickle tramp because y'all don't like the way Andy operate? Men operate like this every goddamn day of their lives and get away with it. But when a woman do it, oh my God, she's everything but a child of God. If y'all get the fuck out of my face and go find y'all something to do, honestly, I feel like Agent Watts and that raggedy detective could go play in traffic. Now, Agent Watts, as we get to the end of the interrogations, because Andy ready to go. She like, listen, you harassing me. I don't want to be here. If I was here on my own free will, I wouldn't have been yelled at to sit down. And you just calling me out my name and being super fucking disrespectful to me. And Agent Watts starts to go on this whole spiel about how he's a good guy and he's this and he's that and he's one of the good ones. And it's just like, if you were one of the good ones, like you claim you were, you wouldn't have let people like Gary get away with what he's gotten away with his entire life. And we don't mean like the criminal aspect. We mean by being misogynistic. We mean by practicing misogynoir, being abusive, being hateful, being spiteful, and doing all these things in the world. All you, I'm a good guy, I'm a good man type people out here. I'm one of the good ones. You don't get a you don't get a prize for being one of the good ones. You don't. You don't get a pat on the back for being one of the good ones. You don't get a prize or a pat on the back for being a good person. You just be a good person and things that are supposed to happen for you will happen. Just be a good person. It's not that hard. Want a pat on the back? You starting to slip into them podcast bros, and I need you to keep it pushing. Talk about I'm a good person. I'm one of the good ones. Obviously not. Not the way you was talking to people. Now, as we get to Hayden, because we got a little surprise at the end. As we get to Hayden, Hayden trying to skip town. That's my thing. Where was Penelope? Why isn't she being investigated? Why is she being asked if she put a heart through not a heart, a knife through Gary's chest? Where's Hayden? Why is he not being investigated? Why is he not being interrogated? Where is Tamara? Okay, now that's a fickle tramp right there. Where's her and her bang? Why is she not being investigated? These are questions I need to know. Truly. Hayden trying to skip town. So the news is playing about how Gary died and how, they're mentioning Andy and they're mentioning all these things. And he was like, oh, he got what he deserved and she gonna get hers too. And he packing, he looking for his passport, he looking for his clothes, and he almost stepped out the door until Tamara catches him trying to leave. And she walks up in the house like, where are you going? And it's just like, besides the rest of the people in the sister circle, these two dummies, Tamara and Hayden, they had motive to kill Gary. Um, because Hayden was supposed to be his real good Judy, his real good friend. They was doing all types of ish together and trying to destroy people. Robin, Andy, Fatima, Gary, not Gary, Zach, all these people they have started to do stuff with. They tried to play Miss Marie out like she was soybean burger, like she couldn't see where things were going. And then we're not gonna forget that Gary was messing around with Tamara and having sex in Hayden's bed, and Hayden found out, and he called Gary and was ready to go over there and whoop some ass. So what y'all got going on, and why aren't y'all being investigated? Now the sisters go home. Now Tony, stopped by Richard's juice bar, and they talk about the girls being questioned. And Rich has a lot to say. Rich has a lot to say about Andy. So at this point, they don't know, like Jordan's friends don't know that Andy did what she did to save Jordan. But Rich got one more time because Mr. I'm one of the good ones too is getting on my motherfucking nerves. So, each of the respective men go by one of their sister circle girls. So she saw, like, Sabrina goes home because she don't want to deal with Maurice in the bank right now. And, Rich is waiting for her to comfort her and rub her feet. And she's not handling being interrogated really well. And when Danny gets home, she starts to journal. She starts to play around at first, but then she eventually stops and writes the real. And Tony comes over and he's trying to talk to her and understand her feelings, but she don't want to talk about that. She want the zick, okay? She wants it and she wants it now. She don't want to talk. She just want to ride it. She just want to sit on it. She just want to do tricks and splits on it. And he not having it. And it's just like, sir, this is how she does things. When she wants to talk, she'll talk. But hell, he gonna want to talk to her. Karen at home, she going through her date book. She's looking at people wanting micro braids, and she gonna have to be up on her feet, knowing this lady want micro braids, and she got to be up on her feet, but the lady only got about an inch of hair, and it ain't gonna work. She mostly scalped, so she being a real upset about it. Pam comes over to visit and check on her, and she hugs her little baby belly, and she's like, "Girl, you told me we was friends after I stood up for you against Danny and Fatima." Karen's like, "I ain't say that." But then she's like, "Okay, we friends." Now, when it gets down to Zach and Fatima, they at home, and Fatima's like, did you do the thing? Did unalive this? Did you stab him? Because, there was time where we split up. And he was like, "No." Fatima, Zach, Fatima, Zach, Fatima, Zachariah. Yeah, that's how that back and forth happened. I love Fatima and Zach. I love me some Fatima. So they going back and forth, and it's like, "Did you do it? No. Did you do it? No." And I only use knives for torture. And ultimately, they come to the consensus that neither one of them did it. Neither one of them care enough about Gary to do so. Also, ain't nobody about to put their lives at risk or on hold for Andy to do some crazy stuff like that. So now it's going to be up to us to figure out who did it so they could get up, the police and the FDB and the I could get up out of our lives because they doing way too much at this point. That would happen. Now, plot twist, Gary is alive. Chad, I knew it. We wanted him gone, but somehow that demon made it. He made it. He made it. He made it. And his lover Hudson ran down to the hospital trying to figure out what's going on. And he's doing the absolute most. And he's acting like a jilted lover, like somebody who just lost their love. Love, love of my life, you are. Yes, that's how Hudson is acting. So we find out Gary's alive. Whippy! But then, as Agent Watts is continuously going off on Andy. And Andy is about to say something. In walks Robin. Okay. I was like, Robin, I missed you. I missed you so much. I don't know where you've been, but you came in looking like money. You look well moisturized. You look like you went home, got your money together, pick, picked your cookies up, stepped your cookies up, and came back and was like, "Y'all not about to take my law firm from me." Oh no, who that whole thought she was playing with, but it was not me. And Robin is Andy's lawyer. I love it. I love it. I love it already. And it's just like, Agent Watts, you not ready for this one. You not ready for this one. Okay, you not ready. Hey, Robin, we missed you over here. Now, my whole thing is, it's a whodunit. It's some people who weren't interrogated that needed to be interrogated. Tamara, Hayden, Penelope definitely needed to be interrogated. And we all know Gary and Hayden are about to lose their ish because they thought they got rid of Robin. They thought we thought we saw the last Robin, but Robin is back. You just don't center a character like Robin off. Robin spent way too much motherfucking money to get the law firm to just give it up to the likes of Hayden and Gary. So my thing is, just how messy is this season gonna get? And are we truly gonna find out who did it? Now, I say Hayden stuck the knife into Gary, but I could be wrong. But with that being said, that was it for this recap of Sistas. And if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. And if you didn't like it, still like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. And with that being said, hit those links in the description box down below, hit that notification bell, and hit that subscription button. And I'll see y'all later for the next one. Bye.